Reading English story. Little House in the Big Wood. Chapter 2, Part 2. Then Pa grew so tall. His hair was so white and his eyes so fierce that it all seemed real. Mary was so frightened that she could not move. But as Pa came nearer, Laura screamed, and with a wild leap and scramble, she went over the wood box, dragging Mary with her. And at once there was no mad dog at all. There was only Pa standing there with his blue eyes shining, looking at Laura.Well, he said to her, you are only a little half pint of cider half drunk up. But by jinx, you as strong as little French horses. You should frighten the children so. Child, Ma said, look how big their eyes are. Pa looked, and then,He took down his fiddle. He began to play and sing. Yankee Doodle to town. He wore his striptease. He swore he could see the town. There were so many houses. Laura and Mary forgot all about the mad dogs. And there he saw some great big.And big sad long maple, and every time they turned round, it took 2 yoke of cattle, and every time they fry 'em off, it took a horn of powder. It made a noise like father gun, only a nation louder. Pa was keeping time with his foot, and Laura clapped her hands the music when he sang. And I sing you gidoo-dee-doo, and I sing you gidoo-der, and I sing you gidoo-doo, and I sing you gidoo-doo. All alone in the wide big woods, and the snow, and the cold.The little long house was warm and snug and cozy. Pa and Ma and Mary and Laura and baby Carrie were comfortable and happy there, especially at night. Then his fire was shining in the hearth. The cold and the dark and the wild heat beats were all shut out, and Jack,The brindle bulldog and Black Susan. The cat lay blinking at the flame in the fire spade. Ma sat in her rocking chair, sawing by the light of the lamp on the table. The lamp was bright and shiny. There was salt in the bottom of its glass bowl.With the kerosene to keep the kerosene from exploding, and there was bit of red fennel among the salt to make it pretty. It was pretty. Laura loved to look at the lamp with its glass chimney, so clean and sparkling, its yellow flame burning so steadily.And its bowl of clear kerosene colored by the bit of fennel. She loved to look at the fire in the fireplace, flickering and changing all the time, burning yellow and red and sometimes green about the logs.and hovering blue over the golden and ruby coals. And then Pa told story. When Laura and Mary began him for a story, he would take them on his knee and thickened their face with his long whiskers until they laughed aloud. His eyes were blue and merry. One night, Pa looked at Black Susan, stretching herself before the fire and running her claws out and in. And he said, "Do you know that partner is a cat? A great big white cat?" "No," said Laura. "Well, it is," said Pa. "Just imagine Black Susan bigger than Jack and fiercer than Jack when he grows. Then she would be just like a panther." He settled Laura and Mary more comfortable on his knees, and he said, "I tell you about Grandpa and the panther." "Your grandpa?" Laura asked. "No, Laura, your grandpa, my father." "Oh," Laura said, and she shrinking closer against Pa's arm. She knew her grandpa. He lived far away in the big woods, in a big log house. Pa began. The story of Grandpa and the Panthers. Your grandpa went to town one day and was late starting home. It was dark when he came riding his horse through the big wood, so dark that he could hardly see the road. And when he heard a panther scream, he was frightened, for he had no gun. "How does the panther scream?" Laura asked. "Like a woman," said Pa. "Like this." Then he screamed so that Laura and Mary shivered with terror. Ma jumped in her chair and said, "Mercy, Charles." But Laura and Mary loved to be scared like that. The horse with Grandpa on him ran fast, for it was frightened too, but it could not get away from the panther. The panther followed through the dark woods. It was a hungry panther, and it came as fast as the horse could run. It screamed now and this side of the road, now on the other side, and it was always close behind. Grandpa leaned forward in the saddle and urged the horse to run faster. The horse was running as fast as it could possibly run, and still the panther screamed close behind. Then Grandpa caught a glimpse of it as it leaped from treetop to treetop almost overhead. It was a huge black panther, leaped through the air like Black Susan leaping on a mouse. It was many times bigger than Black Susan. It was so big that it is leap on Grandpa. It could kill him with its enormous slashing claws and its long sharp teeth. Grandpa leaned forward in the saddle and urged the horse to run faster. The horse was running as fast as it could possibly run, and still the panther screamed close behind. Then Grandpa caught a glimpse of it as it leaped from treetop to treetop, almost overhead. It was a huge black panther, leaping through the air like Black Susan leaping on a mouse. It was many times bigger than Black Susan. It was so big that if it leaped on Grandpa, it could kill him with enormous slashing claw and its long sharp teeth. Grandpa on his horse was running away from it just as a mouse runs from a cat. The panther did not scream anymore. Grandpa did not see it anymore, but he knew that it was coming, leaping after him in the dark woods behind him. The horse ran with all its might. At last, the horse ran up to Grandpa's house. Grandpa saw the panther springing. Grandpa jumped off the horse against the door. He burst through the door and slammed it behind him. The panther landed on the horse's back, just where Grandpa had been. The horse screamed terribly and ran. He was running away into the big woods, with the panther riding on his back and ripping his back with its claws. But Grandpa grabbed his gun from the wall and got to the window just in time to shoot the panther dead. Grandpa said he would never again go into the big woods without his gun. When Pa told his story, Laura and Mary shivered and snuggled closer to him. They were safe and snuggled on his knees with his strong arms around them. They liked to be there before the warm fire, with Black Susan pouring on the hearth and good dog Jack stretched out beside her. When they heard a wolf bawl, Jack's heart fitted and the hairs rose snipped on his back. But Laura and Mary listened to that lonely sound in the dark, and he could of the big woods, and they were not afraid. They were cozy and comfortable in their little house made of blocks, with the snow drifted around it, the wind crying because it could not get in by the fire.